breaking down the last week of sales, what we've had at the marketplace. And if you're a buyer right now, this is going to be a video you're going to want to watch the entire video because there are some opportunities right now. And as a seller, can you afford to wait? You'll see the stats and see how the negotiation power has changed over time just this year alone. We're going to break it down. Hey everybody, it's Mark Coons with Selling Kelowna Real Estate Group. And if you're looking to buy right now in the market, this is the video for you. There are definitely some great opportunities where you might want to get a clarity call and see if it does make sense for you. Because I did just do a clarity call with some home buyers and I have advised them to hold off at least 6 months. And for home sellers, this video is going to be important for you because you're going to see how the negotiation power has changed. And if you can afford to wait and hold on to it, you might see a better result come in the spring. And hey, you know what? Buyers are also sellers. So if that is you, pick up that call because it is important to get a discovery call, what you're looking for, what you have to sell. And it's really important just to get it dialed in before you try to make decisions. And now the favorite part of the week, looking at the hot sheet. So we are posting this Friday afternoon, looking at 3 o'clock on Friday, October 10th. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody, depending on when you're watching it. Hope everybody has a great long weekend here. Finishing off the week here with the hot sheet, we're looking at the new listings here. So you can see 240 new listings, about par. Everything's par what we've been watching. If you've been watching this week over week, there's nothing really not a lot of rocket science in this. There was one interesting stat, and then I'll get into it here fairly quickly, but looking at it, so the canceled listings, 126 and expired at 32, par for what we've been seeing, about 150, 160 homes coming off the market. But a lot of them are probably relisting because we are seeing inventory coming down, which we'll get into. And same story here is price decreases, 163 total price decreases on the marketplace. So people are coming down in price point and they're also willing to negotiate. And that's the one number we'll break into what people are doing this year so far and when people have come out ahead the best, whether you're a home seller or if you're a buyer right now. I'm going to show you the stat here. Just stay tuned and we will get into it. That is going to maybe open your eyes. But starting out, we're going to look at the inventory on the marketplace. You can see how it was the lowest in January, just under 2,500. Now it peaked in June and now it's on its way back down. With seasonal slowdown, normal what we're going to see. We're going to continue watching that month over month and on the stats videos, but continue to watch that. The sales year to date. So we're seeing a little bit of ebbs and flows a little bit. So summer and spring were decently about the same. And you can see they're over 400 sales a month. And you can see where we're at in September. We saw a slight uptick in September, most likely a little bit more confidence because of the rate drop. Also, we're getting into that seasonal slowdown where people have to move and want to move before Christmas. Probably pulling the trigger or more likely to pull the trigger. Maybe they held off in previous months. But a slight uptick in September from August. So that was a good sign for home sellers and just confidence in the overall market. When you're looking at October, we're at about 123 sales so far. We're 10 days in. So we're on par for about 375. Not quite breaking that 400 sale mark, but something positive that we are seeing some consistent growth. One thing also to watch with this is October 29th is the next Bank of Canada rate meeting. So we could see a slight uptick in sales coming at the end of the month, up to Halloween potentially, which I do believe it does land on a Friday this week. So it'll be interesting to see what the October sales actually come in at with it, but also look for early November sales where people are putting homes under contract, waiting for the rate drop before they make the final decision on it, and then either choosing to pull and do the final subject removal or waiting. So that's just something to watch on it as we're heading out into it and just what we're seeing on the level. Next one is the sale to ask ratio. And this is where home sellers in March in April, you're doing pretty good. This is taking your home. So if you had a home and it was priced at $1 million, you sold at 900,000, that sale to ask ratio would be about 90%. Not about, it would be 90%. And so you're looking at it. This one, it was peaking around 97.5, 97.6% this year, and it's come down a whole 0.5% in the last month. This is a really just showing that people are willing to negotiate right now in the marketplace. It is also indicating how much buying power buyers are having, and so some people might sell for 90% of sale to ask ratio. Some people might be selling for 100% sale to ask ratio. Really depends on the property, also depends on how it's priced. Also looking at the canceled, and that's why we want to see the canceled and expired listings, because a lot of those ones are also coming new listings, and not necessarily price reductions, but they are dropping the price. So we will oftentimes see this number being skewed based on those factors, somebody taking the home off the market and then relisting at a higher or at a lower price, and that would in effect increase the ratio here. But nonetheless, move on to it. This is just really showing buyers and sellers where their best negotiation power is. So right now, we saw a huge drop in confidence heading into August, and sellers seem like they're willing to negotiate. I know it's only 0.5% really drop, but it is just indicating when you put it on this size, how much more people are willing to negotiate. And every situation is going to be a little bit different. We often will see seasonal slowdown. Buyers and sellers are more motivated to sell right now. So this, if you're looking for a good deal, might be the right time, especially with the rate drop. We might see some more activity in the marketplace. So if you are and have been sitting on the fence, I really encourage you to start looking. And there are some decent plays right now. There you have it. There is the last week on October 10th. And happy Thanksgiving again to everybody out there. Hope everybody has a great long weekend. And if you do have any questions, concerns, wonderabouts on the real estate market, pick up that phone, give me a call, shoot me a text message, whatever you need to do. I got you.